And welcome back. Well, today we're going to talk about the difference between normal memory changes that occur during aging and when memory loss becomes a problem.
Yeah, we are also going to talk about the early detection of Alzheimer's. In other words, signs of disease before memory loss even begins. Dr. Piero Antuono is a professor of neurology and biophysics. He is the director of Dementia Research at the Medical College of Wisconsin, and he is on the faculty of the UW Alzheimer's Disease Research Center, which is located in Madison. And joining him is Denise Jurecki with Azura Memory Care of Oak Creek. Great to see both of you.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
And there are a lot of credentials. We don't always make the introduction so long, but I think it's important so that people know your background and your experience as it relates to Alzheimer's. And there are tons of great questions that we have for you today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. First of all, just mentioning that you have some wonderful events coming up in the next couple of months, next month or so, to help people better understand memory loss and memory care.
Yes, starting this Thursday, November 29th at the Oak Creek Public Library, we will be having Dr. Antuono speak in the first of the series, and I'll let him explain what he's going to be talking about. And then we'll have another one, the second series with Dinah Lacaze from the Department of Aging with Milwaukee County. She'll be speaking on understanding dementia, and then Dr. Antuono will reappear on December 13th. Thank you. So,
Yeah,
it's a memory problem.
It's a
that's just normal aging, Denise. And that's what he'll be talking about then, is the advances in dementia care. And let's kind of break it down, because I think people wonder and they worry, and I hear people talking about it, even about my mom as she ages and their own family members. What's normal and when is it a problem? Is there a fairly big differentiation?
Yes and no, because the memory does change as you grow older, like many other things change when you grow older. So the difficulty stands in to discriminate a little bit what is just normal aging versus something that we have to be worried about, because that will progress to the point of incapacitation. So
what are some examples of normal memory loss with aging?
As we grow older, our attention span tends to change. So we forget because we really don't pay attention. That's one of the common issues. Frequently we have problems with remembering names of people, which is also a common accompaniment with aging. We tend to have problems with multitasking. It takes longer to process or elaborate information. But these changes, they're just as physiological as the fact that we don't walk as fast as a 20-year-old. But we don't care about that much, but we're terribly worried when we see that we don't think as fast as a 20-year-old. Then we start to wonder, oh, is this okay for me, for my age, or is it something else? We start to get worried when people around the person who has a memory problem also know that there is an issue. So when we see that this concern is shared by other people who are noticing a difference in their behaviors, then we get concerned from a medical point of view.
I've heard people say, you know, it's not a big problem if you pick up a pencil and you had forgotten where you put it. It's when you pick up a pencil and you don't know what it is. That's a good definition, too, of memory changes that are very significant.
That would be a relatively advanced sign of dementia, yes.
Are there signs that tell you before you've got the memory loss that this may be something that's coming for you? Yes.
So frequently before the memory we see changes in personality, apathy, becoming more passive, less pleasure in doing your hobbies, your things you enjoy doing, whether it's gardening, reading books, participating in social events. When we see this kind of withdrawal, we start to get worried that could be something going on. Frequently it's depression, because at that age there is issues with health, with friends passing. If we see that that is now mixed with some memory issues, then again those personality changes, which we thought might have been again related to other things, might be part of the beginning of dementia before the memory actually declines.
Fascinating. The personality changes might be a precursor to what you see as memory loss. I'm also fascinated to know, are there ways you can slow down the process of Alzheimer's, as an example, or are there lifestyle changes that we can be making when we're younger to even prevent it?
Yes. There is growing evidence that approximately 30% of the risk of contracting Alzheimer's disease might be related to our lifestyles, as physical activity or lack of physical activity. Nutrition might have a role also in correct nutrition might have a role in delaying or prevention of dementia. And this information is now almost at the edge of clinical care. So from the research arena is now moving gradually into recommendations that we are providing now for people who might be at risk for dementia because, let's say, of family risk or because of aging. Mm-hmm. And they consist really in common sense guidelines that we already know have been established for cardiovascular disease. They're very similar to it, but they have a direct impact on the brain as well. We don't have solid evidence that can show us that that lifestyle will make a difference, but we know that we're moving in that direction.
And people, when they're starting to see some of these, they can contact Azura. I know you also work with hospitals locally, but really people should come out and take advantage of these programs and speaking events that you've got coming up. And so I want to make sure everybody's got the information for the Dementia Series, which starts November 29th. That's the first one that Denise mentioned. That is, again, where you're going to find Dr. Piero Antuono. He's speaking about normal versus aging. And then December 6th, it's Understanding Dementia Diagnosis. And December 13th, it's Advances in Dementia. It is free, and they start at 6 p.m. Here's where you can find the Dementia Series. It's Thursdays through December 13th at the Oak Creek Public Library in Drexel Town Square, right on 6th Street in Oak Creek. AzuraMemory.com is where you can learn more about all the programs and the help that they provide as well. Thank you so much for being here, both of you.
Thank you.